my future ready educators, let's go. All my future ready learners, let's go. All my future ready educators, let's go.
Hello everybody, Dennis Johnson again, and I'm here to talk about our usability testing. Now, we have implemented this program for a couple of years now, so we have a lot of feedback from students, but also I've had some co-teachers who has actually implemented this program along with me, and there has been feedback from them as well. So let's check out and see what my usability tester, which is my colleague, says about this platform. Check it out.
Isabella, and I am going over this lesson guide that my colleague Dennis Johnson has made. So I'm going to be going over a few points. So let's begin. I have access to the lesson guide here. First we have the first slide, and when you click slideshow over here, you can experience the whole thing. I have muted the tab for now, just so that you can hear me speak, but I wanted to comment that I do like that Ennis included sound, nothing with any words, just to help set the tone, so I really like that. And then the click anywhere to start. From the very beginning, when you go and look at these slides, I really like how they help to emulate a kind of game, because we have a lot of students who love playing video games, and just seeing something like this that's very different from your typical lesson guide that you would see in other kinds of classes. I really like that Ennis put a lot of effort into how these slides look, because nice visuals are something that a lot of our kids look for and a lot of them appreciate. So yeah, when you click anywhere to start, you go to the next slide over here. So you have different options, very similar to a menu that you would get if you play a video game. Let me try and see if I can go to different options here. Okay, so overviews here. And my take on the UI UX. Okay, let me mention that first. So like I said, because I'm thinking of the different points to include, I guess I'll go back here first. As you can see, it's very clean. It's very minimalist, which I really like. You don't have a ton of text or a ton of graphics all popping up. I'm trying to think of, placing myself in one of our kids' shoes, because a lot of the kids that I've observed, it can be hard for them to focus if there's a lot going on, especially on a screen. So I like how Ennis really simplified this compared to the previous lesson guide, which I'll show in a bit. So you have this over here, and then you have all these icons. So I really like the layout, especially, I really liked how the old one looked over here, but this one's definitely cleaner and easier to navigate, and I think that's what Ennis was going for. So really good. Okay, so the overview, I'll go back to that. I think this, if I were a parent, actually, I'm thinking also about putting myself in the kids' parents' shoes. It'd be really nice to have this overview just so I could know what my kid is learning, because with design and innovation, that's not something that's very common or self-explanatory, I would say. Like, for example, if you have mathematics, right, it's very obvious what you do in that class, but with design and innovation, there are a lot of parents who aren't really sure what you do in the class. So I like that over here you have an overview. Also, if you have students who are curious to know what really goes on in this class, like what is it all about, what am I going to learn, we do have a lot of students who are eager and excited and interested to really dive into all of that. So it's nice that this is all over here. yeah. And then how to play, so I also wanted to look at that. I like that it uses bullet points. I think that when I clicked slideshow, I couldn't click any of these, and I'm assuming that it's because none of these direct anywhere, but I'm wondering to make it more informative, like not having a document or like a slide for every single point, but I'm just thinking of our students who struggle more than others to fully understand how to do certain things in class. So I'm wondering if it'd be possible to add more to this particular slide. I know that with our class, it's like we encourage students to try different things out, kind of like when you play a game. Usually you try and figure out how to play the game without a manual. You just explore and you fail and you try again and all of that. But I'm wondering, like for specific students who might need extra support or extra help, perhaps including a document just with like some basic instructions or main points or outlines or something that could really help. Yeah, I suppose because like if you look at this list right now, you can get a good sense of what each bullet point means. But for example, if you say collect badges and earn points, you know, maybe we would have students who want to learn more about the badge system or the point system, or how they can get points and all of that. Yeah, it could be nice to just have one place where all that info is. And okay, let me go to the other slides. Okay, so we have how to play, and then choose your class. Oh, this is okay. This is really good. I like this particular slide because before there would be lesson guides for each class, and so now I like how everything is just put together in one lesson guide. So again, love that design. Also the message board, I really like that. It's a great way to quickly see updates. Just like if I'm in the studio class, it'd be interesting to me to know what the core class is up to, what the other, like the Falcon feed is something that a lot of our students look forward to. So it's nice knowing that there are announcements about different things that could interest our students. And okay, what else? Grading. Yes, we have students who wonder about grading, and we have students who are eager to get all fours, right? So if I had a kid who was like, oh, I want to get all fours, how do I get all fours? You know, it's right here. The rubric's clear and it's right here for any student to check out. Yeah. Then if you click slideshow and then you click all these little icons here, like for example, if you click here, then you're taken to this slide. This one's great because you can see the different quests that are available, and I love the design. Like each slide looks great and you get a sense of what each quest is about just by looking at the slides. Like this one, for example, you know, Coder's Matrix, just with the title itself, it's like, okay, I get a sense of what this quest is, but even just with the graphics, that really like supplements everything. So yeah, I love this. You can click the little X so it slides out, and I think that's great. Yeah, okay. So these are the other slides. I guess like depending on which course you click on, you get redirected to like this is the DI6 class and the studio class, and then others. I like how when you click, you're taken to right away like the slide that corresponds to the lesson of the day. There isn't any room for confusion here where it's like, oh, which slide do I go to? It's just clear that when you click the icon, where is it? Here, you're instantly taken to the right slide of the day. Yeah, okay, so I know that I talked a lot. I just wanted to give my thoughts on almost all of the slides. Yeah, if I were a kid looking at this, or even a parent, you know, putting myself in their shoes, I think that the simplified design is great, but there's a lot of color and just every single slide captures my attention. I know that Ennis put a lot of thought and time into making this great design, and you know, I think his hard work really paid off. I actually have one of the old lesson guides up here. I can show that. Yeah. So again, like anywhere to start. Like, I was already impressed when I saw this version of the lesson guide, and just this one completely blew me away. So as you can see in the old one, I mean, first of all, there's one for each class, but again, here I like how in this one everything is together. And then here it's like, I already like this layout for the dashboard, but okay, and there are the different slides here as well for the different classes, but as you can see here, it's like you don't have all those different slides for the different lessons. It's just the one for the day that shows up if you click the course that you're in, right? Yeah, I think that it's great. It's a great platform because students are able to really think about student-centered learning and how they can have a say in what they want to learn. You know, I think that, well, I'm talking mostly about Classcraft here because this is the learning platform that we use, but yeah, we'll go to Classcraft as well real quick. So Classcraft's loading. Yeah, it can really affect the results of the learners just because when students are provided with choice, usually, right, that makes them more interested in the topic and they are more motivated to take on different tasks on their own. Here. So yeah, this is like the teacher's view, but you can see, like, for example, here. Yeah, these are all the different quests. Well, in each quest, these are all the different levels you can go through. But yeah, so you start over here and then you go. But if you decide that, oh, coding's not really my thing, or like, oh, I tried it for a bit, but I want to try something else, then as a student, you're allowed to do that, which I really like because with this platform, we don't go over set lesson requests. You have the freedom to choose. And so, yeah, students can really decide on what they're passionate about or find out what they're passionate about and then just do things that they genuinely want to do. That'll help them become more engaged, and you know, that can also help them set goals, because if they want to accomplish a task and they're really into it, then they most likely will be able to reach a certain goal that they've set. So when we have the badge systems, for example, if there's a badge that a student needs to be able to complete one of our checkpoints, then yeah, if the student decides I want a Coders Matrix badge because I'm really interested in coding, then they can do the Coders Matrix quest and set goals for that, but you know, actually want to accomplish their goals and they'll enjoy the lessons much more. Yeah, in terms of challenges, I think that it really depends on the grade level of the student. I've had conversations with Dennis about deciding what they can or can't have access to just yet. Like, for example, with Design and Innovation Studio, our students are like the most advanced, so they have free reign pretty much, and they can go over the different quests here. But when considering DI6, which is for our grade 6 students, since they have a shorter time with us, not like a whole semester or a full year, it'd be nice to give them a chance to sample all the different and most of the quests, just so that they have an idea of what the course is about, so that if they want, they can choose design and innovation as an elective next school year, like when they're in grade 7. So that's something that we've been talking about, because since the class time is so limited, they only have a few weeks to actually take DI6. They technically can't go through all the quests, but it'd be nice to, focus on the main or the most popular quests. Like, for example, Coders Matrix and Design University and Makerspace are really popular ones. But we also want them to check out other quests, right? So they know that design innovation isn't just about coding, and it's not just about building a robot, right? But you can also make music or produce a video or, even make a website over here. So yeah, that's just a challenge that we've encountered. Also, like making intro lessons, pretty much simplifying them, just because some students might feel overwhelmed if they're completely new to something. Just being able to, I guess, simplify the intro lessons so that they don't feel like, oh, this is way too hard, just like at the very start. So yeah, we want to avoid having that, like, oh, this is way too hard and it's only the first lesson, I don't want to continue. So yeah, just being able to simplify. And also that will help with time management, because if the lessons are simpler, like the intro lessons, then hopefully the students will be able to explore more. So they'll spend more time sampling the different lessons that we have. Yeah, and then hopefully in 7th grade, they will have an idea of what all the different quests are. So either we require them to go over all the different quests again, but like at a more advanced level. And then during DI Studio, they can like have free reign and also help produce the Falcon feed. But yeah, also I have to clarify, for core, we have 7th and 8th grade students, not just 7th grade students. And then for Studio, right now, like, we have all 8th grade students, just because this is our most advanced class and everyone who's in Studio needs to have taken core. So usually that means that it's all pretty much like the 8th graders who are able to do Studio. Yeah. Okay, so any last thoughts? That's what I'm thinking of right now. Honestly, this is like so different from anything I've encountered before, and I really appreciate how innovative Ennis has been with just making the lesson guides, and also he just revamps them, and I think he does a great job like figuring out what the students are looking for, what the students need, and tailoring and accommodating what he's created so that, the student learning experience just improves. And so, if I were a kid right now taking a class like design and innovation, I would really be super hyped seeing all this and like really excited to be part of this class. And from what I've seen so far, like so many of our students love looking at, even just the old version as well, like they love this. And so moving on to this, it's like I'm just so excited for our future classes to check this out and be able to interact with it. Yeah, so there isn't much that I'd improve on. I guess just making it clear with like how to play, maybe just considering our students who are very, very lost, or like especially our 6th grade students who need more support, finding a way to make things even clearer for them. Yeah, but pretty much, well, yeah. I don't think there's anything else I could comment on. Alright, so thank you for listening to my thoughts, and